Last year in Nebraska, 90 people died in drunk driving crashes. It's almost twice as many, 51, from the year before. How do you turn that around? Well, the National Transportation Safety Board just recommended a blood alcohol level of 0.05. But is that really much different than what it is now? Could be any night. You head out to a bar, catch a couple games, unwind. But this night, we're running a test. Just how easy is it to reach 0.05, the National Transportation Board's recommended blood alcohol level? Our subject is Justin. He hasn't been drinking, so right now he's at 0-0. He casually drinks his first 16-ounce beer. 16 minutes later,
that'll work. It's going to go much higher now.
He blows a 0-2. So he has another one. Running the test is Chuck Matson, a recently retired Omaha police officer.
There's actually no level of alcohol that's safe to drive on.
Matson specializes in drug and alcohol testing and training. Even formed a nonprofit called Recognizing Impairing Drugs. During his career, he's tested 1,200 people, trained officers on how to detect DUIs.
I think there's enough difference between a 0.05 driver and a 0.08 driver. You can pick up the signs and symptoms.
If properly trained, I sure do. Yep. Going harder. That'll work.
2 beers gone. Justin's only about halfway there, but he is feeling it.
If I got pulled over right now, the way I feel, I'd be scared.
Another beer. Matson thinks within the next 10 years, every state will be at 0.5.
We can't refute the science. Science shows, the American Medical Association says, in fact, that everybody's impaired at 0.05.
But not everybody thinks going to 0.5 is a good thing. Some bar owners who didn't want to go on camera tell me they're certainly against drunk driving, but they say cutting off people earlier could cut into their profits. And the alcohol beverage industry says lowering the BAC will only be a drop in the DUI prevention bucket.
This recommendation targets moderate social drinkers. It does not target the hardcore population that causes the vast majority of alcohol-related fatalities.
3 beers gone. Justin's at 0.43.
Wow, that really surprises me.
One more ought to get him to 0.5. Right now, he's feeling the beers in his head and hands, but technically, he could still drive.
I think if I had lights behind me, I'd be like, I'm buried.
Drunk driving is a 100% preventable crime.
Andrea Frazier is with Mothers Against Drunk Driving. In 2000, they lobbied to get the legal limit lowered to 0.8. And while they haven't officially pushed for 0.5 yet, Frazier says it could be part of the effort.
Just another tool in the toolbox, and what people really need to remember that if you don't want to get caught driving drunk, don't drive drunk.
Keep going. There we go, the 0.5.
So it's taken 4 beers and an hour and a half for this 210-pound man to hit 0.5. Buzzed, but legally good to go.
I'm not like falling over, whatever, drunk, but I'm definitely impaired, yeah, and I'd be really surprised that I could get away with driving right now.
Now, obviously, how quickly someone gets to 0.05 is different for everyone. Weight and food consumption have to be considered, but why risk it? Just plan ahead to have a designated driver. Justin had one that night. He'd even take turns doing that with your friends.
Good advice. You have